5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Broadcasting worldwide from Paine Studios in Cornwall, this is the Wal of Paine show on Phluid FM.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
Stocking there upon the fireplace. Santa Claus won't make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. You, baby.
I won't ask for much this Christmas. Even wish for snow. I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe.
I won't make a list and send it to the North Pole for St. Nick. I won't even stay awake to hear those magic reindeer click. I just want you here tonight, holding on to me so tight. What more can I do? All I want for Christmas is you.
Fills the air, yeah.
And everyone is singing.
You hear them sleigh bells ringing.
Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please be one thing that I'm making? I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for.
I just wanna see my baby standing right outside my door.
I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you, baby. 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 All I want for Christmas, all I want for Christmas.
This is the Wal of Paine show on Phluid FM.
Ho, ho, ho.
Christmas time is drawing near. Let us spread some cheer. Grab your wallet, time to spend most wonderful time of year. Hiding presents in your closet, hoping that they won't find out. Season's greetings, obligations, manufactured lies from the greeting card. Everybody's dropping money on the people they don't like. to be adding to the bottom line. Eating way too many cookies, pouring eggnog in your mouth, analyzing weights of presents, shaking boxes. Decorate your house with lights and bells that you mind control the Christmas carols. Feel compelled to buy as we sing along. Everywhere you go, Christmas songs are playing all the time. Never-ending marathon of It's a Wonderful Life. Everybody's going caroling, you better run and hide. Awkwardly they harmonize, I contemplate suicide. Blast off! It's Christmas time! And we are living in survival and ain't got Black Friday! Doorbuster sale! Nattering the savings! Nattering the savings! Nattering the savings! Troubling people at the door! Will I even -4? Smash them heads against the floor! These bargains will start a war! These bargains will start a war! These bargains will start a war! Why don't you visit family more? Buy off your guilt like just before! Buy more till everybody's poor! Why don't you spend some more? How about we spend some more?
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Wal of Paine, which is this week Mrs. Wal of Paine.
Good evening, Leo.
Good evening, Andrea. I am joined by Andrea tonight because Neil is off watching The Cure.
Yeah, in Cardiff.
In Cardiff, yes, indeed. Yeah,
with his little friend, Steve Brooks.
Yes, yeah, I was talking to him just earlier, actually, on his way up there to pick him up. Yeah. Yeah, sounds like it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah, and they do love The Cure.
Yes,
All that,
yeah.
that cat song. That song I love.
See, now you're testing me to remember any of the names of the Cure songs.
I only know one song.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know a lot of them. It's just I can't really remember the names of them for some reason. They kind of blend to me a little bit. Massive shout outs to everyone that's already tuned in and everyone in our chat rooms. We've got Dawn Lee, we've got Mandy P, Siege227, Steve Prout, Shouty to Prouty. Shout to you all, welcome along. And if you too want to join us, you can do so at our chat rooms on fm.fluidrecords.co.uk or vision.fluidrecords.co.uk, whether you're watching us on Twitch or listening to us on the radio. So, we've got a few things lined up for tonight, haven't we?
We have indeed. We're going to do a little bit of Christmas banter and chat and talk about what we eat at Christmas and where we get our lovely food from.
Indeed.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the food part, I know that much. That time of year we'll actually eat a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas is a good time for eating and splashing out.
There's plenty of places around town to get great food out, which we'll talk about as well. Yep.
So we'll talk about that and Christmas pasties.
Oh, Christmas pasties. This is something I was thinking about actually, was like making sort of pasties or variants on the mince pie.
Yeah.
You know, whether like there's something you could do with that, like a puff pastry, pasty mince pasty, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense there whatsoever, but you know, like it's kind of shaped like a Cornish pasty, but it's like a mince pie filling.
Like a mince pie filling. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being good with a short crust though. That's the thing, it has to be puff pastry.
Puff pastry, definitely.
Well, it's going to be a lot of Christmas tunes as well, because we've got a packed show of Christmas tunes, kicking off there obviously with All I Want for Christmas Is You. But as I was mentioning, I was actually looking at this because Andrew, you sent over a bunch of stuff for me to play tonight.
Yes.
And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have a copy of the Mariah Carey version anywhere out of all of my music collection. Who would have thought it? But I do have a copy of the Robin Adele Anderson featuring Von Smith version.
Lovely.
So I thought I'd start off with a nice sort of swing version of that. And obviously that then was followed up by the classic Nativity Christmas song by Psycho Stick, Noel, which is basically a parody on what a Christmas song would sound like if it was made by System of a Down. Fantastic track. We've got plenty more great stuff coming up in the music tonight, including new music from Elle and the Pocket Bells, which came out about 9 days ago. A good friend there of mine, for Catriona from Bristol, and her friends, they make fantastic music up there in London, so we'll check them out later in the show as well.
Lovely.
And of course we have Tracklink.
Tracklink.
He says we have Tracklink. We do actually have a Tracklink, though I forgot.
We nearly didn't have a track link.
Yeah, it's that one thing that Neil, like, through the week, Neil was like texting me and sending me messages saying, like, you know, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that. And I was writing this list down. And there's the one thing that evaded that list. However, we do actually have one, so it's quite lucky.
We do have one. And we've got the quiz.
Yes, indeed.
Now, this week, the quiz is something special because it's all about Wal.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this was one of the things. We floated people for questions, and we are inundated in the inbox with one particular question is, how do you put up with him?
I can't answer that live on there. I'll tell you in a minute.
Fantastic. Well, we have got quite a bit of music here to get through, and as we always know on this show, time flies really quickly. So, is there one in particular you wanted to follow up with, or do you want me to just chuck any one of
Leo,
these on?
I'll leave it to you.
Well, you know what? It's Christmas time, and what's better at Christmas time than a little bit of the buble?
Oh, love the buble.
The buble, Michael Bublé. And this one here is going to be, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And we're back in the room, as Neil might say. Excellent. So, yeah, there you go. Bit of Bublé, a little bit of the Bublé.
Bit of Bublé. There you go, kids. That's for all my children. The start of Bublé, and it will carry on now right the way through till January.
Fantastic. Well, like I say, Christmas is the perfect time for a bit of the Bublé. Yes. There's a little bit of a wrestling reference going on there as well for any of our wrestling fan listeners out there. Yeah, it's going to fly over 99% of people's heads, I would imagine, at this point. They did even when it first came out, so just ignore my memeing, my riffing on a meme, but no one knows. Good evening, Dawn Lee. It's yes, such a rarity it is to see the lovely Andrea in the studio, but, you know, needs must. Yeah, I could have done it on my own, but it would have been infinitely more boring. You know, so yeah, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and like I say, it's like perfect time for food.
It is a perfect time. Now, have you ordered your turkey?
I haven't actually ordered my turkey yet. But, this happens every year. I kind of get a little bit late towards Christmas, but I do like to try and do different things. So last year I actually did a pheasant, which for the first time pretty much ever, it was actually good. And I've had pheasant in a lot of situations and in restaurants and things like that. It's always been too tough.
It's very gamey.
It is very gamey, and the flavour's not complemented very well, or it's overpowering. With this particular case, I managed to get a good pheasant, and I will mention where in a minute, and mix that with some cabbage that had been sweated down with some wild woodland mushrooms and some butter and some garlic, and slow roasted that. Pheasant, put it all together, tasted fantastic, but it really does depend on what you start with, like many of these things, right? So the best place I've found really for getting these sort of fantastic meats is O's. I almost said the wrong thing there, didn't I?
O's.
Yes.
O's.
There was contention over this week, wasn't there?
O's Butchers in Liskeard are the best, absolute best.
Absolutely.
And I've already put my order in for my turkey, and I've done it on time this year.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I missed it last year, so that was kind of partly the reason. Or not entirely. I missed the whole turkey thing, but they did have a crown. And really for us, for just myself and the good lady driver and mini driver, that's probably
the crown
enough.
is perfect size.
Yeah, it was actually ideal as well because of cooking time. Yeah. The previous year we'd gone for the whole turkey, and that was a train wreck. That one. Yeah, well, what didn't help as well was that was the year that everyone was getting the roulette turkeys from Morrison's and Aldi, where you get there to Christmas morn and you open it up and it smells like raw sewage.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I had a very bad incident with a Morrison's turkey, and the entire thing ended in the bin. I ended in tears, threw my toys out the pram, or all the kitchen tools in the kitchen, because it was dreadful.
It's so annoying, isn't it? And again, it's not the fault of those that work in the store. expressly. Like, this is one of the things, the supply chain. We've noticed, unfortunately, with Aldi. We had it this week. Got back from Flexi Friday last week, which is on demand now if you want to check it out at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. Got those plugs in. But yeah, I got back and a good lady driver had made us some chicken burgers from Aldi. And I, in my ravenous rage for hunger, just ran in, just stuffed it all in my mouth. And she's sort of like, why does this smell like raw sewage? I was like, oh no. And it turns out like 3 of them were rotten. And that's like the 3rd time. So you can really avoid all that supply chain issue by going to O's, because their supply chain's right here.
Absolutely.
It doesn't come very far at all.
The best turkeys I've had are from O's Butchers, and they really are lovely. And this year I've gone for a ham. I've gone for a joint of beef as well.
Nice.
Because I've got Fiona and her husband Tom coming down, and the 2 grandchildren, Margot and Arthur. And so, I think there's about 10 of us all together.
Excellent. That's a lot to feed.
A lot to feed, yes.
Well, that's one of the things I was saying in our post, because we've been doing our Loves Local post this last week, and we'll be doing that running up to Christmas, highlighting all the fantastic local businesses we have here. And we've used one like I say, it's not just turkey. There's a whole range of things, whether you're stuffing a fat bird to satisfy the whole family, or you're just trying to get hold of a nice thick pork loin to fill your friends. Maybe it's a romantic twosome with a foul bird. Whatever you're looking for, who's got the meat to fill you?
Absolutely. And O's. And there's sausages. So when you want to do your pigs in blanket, they do these chipolatas. I have to buy bags full and then wrap them in the bacon, and then I have to hide them from everybody. Because they just go. And I'm like,
before
stop.
you cooked them?
No, not before. So I buy double the amount. So when
you got it. Those things go quick. I mean, that's the problem, is especially with Christmas cooking, is as you take it out, by the time you turn around, put it down, turn around, get the next thing half, it's already gone.
Well, this is it.
This is probably, I feel, why double cookers were invented. So you can cook the actual Christmas dinner in that one, and then just have like the dummy Christmas dinner to throw them off in that one.
Yeah. Well, I was going to, this year, I'm going to do a little change of plan, hopefully. And I'm going to do Christmas Day lunch on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So this is a bit strange, but on Christmas Day, you've got the presents and wrapping and the kids and everything, and you're then rushing around in the kitchen, pulling your hair out. So I thought, right, what we'll do is Christmas Eve, we'll just have Christmas Day lunch. So I'll prep and cook at the same time. So there'll be no presents, there'll be crackers and lots of...
No presents at all?
No presents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so no
That's
presents.
That's a bold move.
No presents, but just this lovely big lunch.
Yeah.
And then on Christmas morning, it can be presents. And then we'll do the sort of the cold turkey buffet bit.
See, this
all
is
the
plan.
leftovers.
Yeah.
So me as head cook, I've got time to play with the grandkids and not be juggling turkeys and roast potatoes.
This is smart movement, because again, like when it comes to it, like you get to Christmas Day, you're exhausted. You've probably been up until 2, 3 in the morning wrapping presents, running around manically getting all of the last bits and bobs. Like, by the time Christmas morn comes, you kind of just want to sit there with a Bucks Fizz and watch Santa Claus the movie, the greatest Christmas movie ever made, prove me wrong. And just the Christmas dinner's out of it. I mean, again, 2 years ago, the train wreck one, part of the problem with that was we were so exhausted. And I was like, I'll cook Christmas dinner, went to put it in, fell asleep. So it was basically ruined.
Well, Neil and I did one Christmas many years ago when I think the kids were more in their teens, and everything was going to plan. I'd prepped up and whatnot, and then we'd started on the drinks or whatever, and then the music came on, and then there's dancing in the kitchen, and then someone said, "Mum, are you actually going to put the turkey in?" And I went, "Yes, in a minute, dear, in a minute," sort of thing. And I went, "It's 3:00. I'm absolutely wasted," and I just went, "No, I'm not putting the turkey in. I'm going to put it in tomorrow on Boxing Day, and then we'll have lunch."
And
then we just carried on partying for the rest of the day.
Because there's nothing worse as well, right? When you make the wrong decision there, and you go back like I did, and there's this shriveled up, dry looking, horrid, large bowling ball of wrong meat now, and so we have some more quality street. Maybe a side of roses, and little glass of Baileys to go with that as a Christmas dinner. And we've got Christmas one. That's Monty Tom in the chat rooms as well, saying Nana Monty here. Sorry, I'm just struggling to read. I'm on the other side of the room today. So, good evening, Leo and Andrea. Barry St Edmunds tuning in for this special occasion. Big shout out to the Barry St Edmunds crew. Stuffing a fat bird, you old romantic, says Prouty. And what a clever idea, says Dawnley. A Christmas stress free. This is the thing. Like I say, really, you know, this should be the movement. I mean, I like the idea of having it all like pre-cooked, and then you know how you just foil wrap it in those little foil trays, and then you just whip it in for a quick reheat, and
there you go. And the thing is, this year, it's the next day. It's the afters, bubble and squeak. Yeah. Oh my God, it's more delicious the next day as well.
Well, this is one of the things with my mum, bless, like I love this, like when we went up for their anniversary, Kat pointed this out, as she'll do a big cook like that, like with Christmas Day, but then literally January 22nd there's still a buffet on the table from there, where you're still getting through all the various things. So no, buffet is definitely like my we used to have ridiculous Christmases back with my friends in Hounslow, West London, where we would go to each one of our houses. So it'd be first thing in the morning, I'd get up and the guys would be in the garden waiting for me, and we'd have our Bucks Fizzes, and we'd have like a Christmas breakfast at my mum and dad's. Yeah. And then we'd go over to Damien's house and have a Christmas dinner there. Then Brian's house and a dinner there. Zaid's house and a dinner there. Then back to my mum and dad's evening for another dinner. But I don't know how we managed it. Like, honestly, our stomachs were round by the time we got back.
And you get so tired as well.
Yes,
after eating such a huge,
particularly
and you've had to sort of wait all day, you know, and this sort of thing. And I tend to do Christmas lunch. I don't really do it lunchtime. It's sort of, it's more 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we try and have like smoked salmon and scrambled eggs for breakfast early, to get you through.
Well, that again is wise, because my family tradition is Bucks Fizz and a boiled egg. And I'm looking at these days, I can't do that anymore. I've tried to have Bucks Fizz and an egg at Christmas morning, and then by again like 11 o'clock I'm out. That's it, I'm done.
No, you have to be. You have to really sort of pace yourself. I try and get to lunchtime and then think, right, okay, now I can have a drink. If I go before that in the morning,
this is the other thing as well. I don't really drink anywhere near as much as I used to, and Christmas is one of those days where I like to have a little bit of drink. I'll have a couple of special things, like for example the porters that we had the last couple of weeks, or the espresso stout from Good Brewery and Black Flag Brewery. You know, something like that. I'll invest in something good. But it's dangerous. Like, even after doing all that work of the Christmas cooking and all of that stuff, having one of those in the evening in front of Scrooged, that's it. I'm not seeing the end of that film. No. I get to Bobcat Goldthwait and that's me done. Mandy P in the chat room saying, Andrea, I remember that Christmas well.
Oh yes, well we lived next door back in Saltash. We lived next door to each other, so we've done many a Christmas over the garden wall, having tipples in the morning.
Lovely. That's nice. We didn't have that in West London, unfortunately, but there's good reasons for that. And Monty there saying, talking about Christmas, how about a bit of Greg Lake, I believe in Father Christmas? Well, you might want to hold on tight for that. You know what, we are actually coming up to that certain time in the evening where Neil loves to press this button repeatedly. It's almost time for
Track Link.
Yes, that's the one. So, Track Link being the game where we play a tune right now around about 7:30, which it almost is, another one at 8 o'clock and one at 8:30. And if you can guess what links to tunes, then you have the opportunity to win one of our fantastic stickers. We're actually running kind of low on. I'm not sure you can actually see any on camera at the moment, because we're getting through so many of them.
I think Dawn Lee gets a lot of the stickers for Track Link.
Yeah, we've actually had to stop shipping them. Like we've had a notice from HM Customs. Steve Proud saying, please no Cliff Richard. No, don't worry, we haven't got any Cliff for the Track Link. We almost had absolutely nothing for the Track Link.
If Neil was here, you'd have Cliff on, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he most likely. Cliff. Yes, yeah. This is the thing. I can't say anything bad about Cliff. Like nothing about that little bed and breakfast in West London, or none of that. Anyway, going back to Track Link. So we are going to start our Track Link with another fantastic classic here. So like I say, Try and guess what links to tracks. It could be that they're all sung by the same singer. It's not. It could be that they're all produced by the same producer. It's not. But it's something, that relates to all three of them. And as I say, if you do have the answer, get onto our chat rooms at fm.fluidrecords.co.uk or vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. Chuck those answers at us. We'll go over them after the last track link towards the end of the show. And if you've got the answer right, we'll send you one of our fantastic stickers. So, for our first track link, we're going to hand it over to Bing Crosby. Bing Crosby. You want to, actually, before that, do you want a bit of trivia about that?
Go on.
Denise Crosby played Lieutenant Yar in Star Trek The Next Generation. She's the illegitimate granddaughter of Bing Crosby.
Oh.
So with that little nugget of information,
there we go, we're sorted.
Here's your first track link with Bing Crosby and White Christmas. There you go, White Christmas by Bing Crosby, which was your first track link. There we go. It's all going rather well, isn't it? We're just saying that we're actually running on time this week for a change, and everything's working this week. No gremlins or bugs or not streaming at the right time. Just tea in the mug for now. Monty and Co.
Yep, this is actually coffee in here.
Oh, coffee.
Nice
Sorry, I
coffee.
forgot it was a coffee. You like that coffee? Is it any good? Yeah. Fantastic.
Very nice, thank you.
I've got into drinking the coffee bags. Well, I shouldn't be drinking coffee at all. After my kidney stone incident, they said to me, it's probably a good idea to drink something that isn't coffee at some point in your life. So I did go off it for ages and maybe decaf for a bit, but then my sister introduced me to coffee bags from, I think it's Twinings or whoever. And as soon as I tasted it, I was like, damn you, I'm addicted now. I must have my coffee back. So they're pretty good, though. They're a bit strong.
Well, I've just taken into my work Neil's coffee machine, because he stopped drinking coffee because of headaches.
Well, yes, yeah.
So I took that into work, and then I filled it. I ground the beans in the grinder, and then I put it all in the machine. But I put too many beans ground in, and it flooded and blocked up. And I was trying to make Ben. Hi, Ben. I was trying to make him coffee. And I said, Ben, I'm really sorry. The first batch was so weak, it was disgusting. And the second batch, about this much came out, and the rest just flooded everywhere.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, like coffee, grinding coffee beans when you don't have the right equipment is the worst thing. Okay, I mean, overly complicated coffee machines, bit of a pain in the butt. It can't be that complicated. Like French presses exist, like drip downs exist.
Yes,
I'm used to you just stick the water in the top, out it comes. But even with that, you will come a cropper when you do what I did one day, bleary-eyed in Bristol after doing a night. I was staggering home, popped out, I need coffee, grabbed what I thought was ground, and it was beans. So there's me, first thing in the morning in the back garden with a Ziploc bag and a hammer.
And I tried to
smash this stuff up. Boy, was that the worst cup of coffee I drank for a long time. I can
imagine.
You know, there's all sorts of ways that I've tried. There's one time I remember you try to use a cheese grate.
Oh no.
I was desperate for my coffee back then.
Yeah.
It didn't help. Shout outs to Phil. He bought me a coffee machine for Christmas one year.
Right.
And I had it in the studio, which had a similar sort of layout here, but where the 2-track reel-to-reel over there was the coffee machine, and it was on all day, and it held, I think it was 8 cups of coffee per pot.
Yeah.
I drink 6-7 of them a day.
Yeah.
So giving this information to the doctor is well, it's no surprise you have a 2-centimetre kidney stone, is it?
Absolutely.
So wise word said do try to hydrate once in a while. Shout outs also to Jeremy with his coffee brand coffee. Unfortunately we can't get it over here, but if any of you are out there in the States, check out coffeebrandcoffee.com. They have a huge variety of coffees. It's all American made. It's made in Utah and shipped from Utah, and they've got a fantastic deal on at the moment. I think 12 days of Christmas deal. Go check it out, coffeebrandcoffee.com. Just shilling for my boy Jeremy there. Not that I'll get anything for that either, though, but shout outs to him. He's doing well with that. You gotta make your money some way, because the merch doesn't make you a lot. And actually, speaking of beverages, that brings us nicely back to what would you put with your Christmas meat? Well, you gotta have 2 veg to go with that, right?
Yes, I do things like carrots, parsnips baked and coated in parmesan.
Oh, parmesan.
Oh, it's delicious. Absolutely
So
delicious.
do you use do you grate it fresh, the parmesan?
No, what you do is I'll tell you what. Hold on 2 secs.
You got your recipe book?
Well, I'll tell you. This is now Delia's Christmas.
Ah,
right?
Delia. Yeah,
Delia.
I miss
Delia's
Delia.
Christmas. Okay.
There's not enough Delia.
Now
on telly.
Delia and I have a love-hate relationship. So I have to follow her every single year. I follow her, and when I get it wrong, I blame it on Delia. It's not my fault; it's her fault. She must have said something wrong in the books.
Naturally, but then misprints do happen.
Yeah. So she does a lovely, and they're parsnips. So you boil your parsnips for about 10 minutes till they're just slightly soft. You mix then parmesan in with flour and seasoning, and then you drain your parsnips. You coat them in this lovely flour and parmesan, and then they go on the baking tray. And when you're ready to put them in, they go in.
Nice.
But a couple of years ago, my brother and my sister-in-law were having lunch with us, and we turned around and we suddenly realised we actually hadn't put the parsnips in the oven, and we were actually dishing up. So Angela and I were there frying them in the frying pan.
Oh, okay. So there's another way of doing it, I guess.
So it was like, well, we'll fry them then. Let's do something.
How'd that turn out?
So they're...
Good.
Do you know what? They weren't that bad, actually.
Yeah.
They were pretty
Have
good.
you got a deep fat fryer?
No.
See, these are falling out of fashion, but the good lady driver a few months ago was like, oh, should we get an air fryer? And I was like, well, no, they burn down houses a lot, which actually is a valid warning from the...
Is that my phone going
I think
off?
that probably is your phone, but don't worry about it.
On silent.
I do it every single week, don't I? Audience, they know very well my phone's always going off in the background. But yeah, like... the deep fat fryer thing, it was like, why don't we get one of them? They've fallen out of fashion. I'll tell you what, I haven't eaten such good chips in years. Like, honestly, people don't believe the hype about air fryers and get back to a deep fat fryer. I mean, the things you can use that oil multiple times as well, Oh, it's so tasty. I was just thinking there when you said that, deep fat fryer with the parsnips might be a good look as well in that situation if you happen to have one or air fryer.
What is it with these air fryers? Everyone's talking about air fryers.
So
it's the in thing.
If my impression of it is correct, is that it uses a very small amount of oil and it compresses hot air inside it, so it creates a pressurized chamber, which obviously changes the cooking temperature. So it cooks for less time and more evenly, in inverted commas. A little addition to that note is Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's actually how that was originally made. The original recipe was in a pressurized cooker, oil cooker, and they found it to be too expensive and bulky to do it that way, so they went to deep fat frying it, which is why the Colonel decided to leave. So there you go, there's a little fun factoid there. But everyone's like on it. It's all the rage because it saves energy and it's so much healthier without all of that fat. Actually, when you look at it in the long run, and they're starting to look at the people who have cut all of the fats out of their diet and are only on pure soy or whatever for not medical reasons, just because they're choosing to, they're incredibly unhealthy. So getting back to that has been so good. But like I say, where would, if you were going to go and try and get your best parsnips or a nice big fat carrot that is going to satisfy your vegetable needs, or some sprouts,
where would I go?
Where would you go for that?
I'll tell you where I go. I go to Beddoes in Liskeard.
Is that the one right on the arcade, right next to the little shop, isn't it?
Yep. And I absolutely love. I take Neil because I need someone with strong arms.
Someone needs to keep an eye on
him. And we walk down the road. We go to the butcher's. We pick up our turkey and what else, and then we buy cheese in there because they do cheese and stuff. And then we walk across the road, we go to Beddoes. I buy all my vegetables in there. You can get lots and lots of other things in there as well. I mean, Christmas, you need good seasoning, and they do the tubs of Cornish sea salt, and they do the lovely salt and peppery one as well in a little tub.
Ah, cool.
Can't recommend that enough.
Excellent.
You always
That's
need
going
that.
on the list.
And then they do lovely bunches of fresh parsley. So you can put that in the jug at home in water, and then you've always got your garnish.
Nice.
You can get all the vegetables and then lots of other things, because I think they're like a deli as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yes, go to Beddoes. And it's so nice because you're not in queues, like in the supermarkets.
Yep.
Their vegetables are nicer. It's because
really high quality, actually.
Yeah.
It was one of the things with the strawberries there. You will not taste strawberries as good anywhere else.
Yeah.
They're absolutely fantastic.
They were lovely.
And it's not covered in Roundup. You can tell, like, I actually got some apples the other day. I'll be kind and not mention which of the two supermarkets here we got them from, but like taking them out, like they were sticky with the amount of wax and that. As you rubbed it, you could see it come up. None of that. This is all, again, really well grown, locally sourced, fantastic, fresh veg.
It is.
And you don't want to garnish a great piece of meat from O's with just any old tap from your local supermarket chain. I'm trying really hard to be diplomatic and not to say directly. Morrison's. But yeah, no, get down Beddoes. And they're right next door to the little shop and Mama Mangoes. So you've got a whole bunch of things there. You can round up your whole Christmas shop.
I do the whole lot. You can even get in O's, they do this. It's lovely sage and onion stuffing mix. I've already bought 2 bags of those ready. The only things I go to the supermarket for are probably the milk, tin foil, because you need quite a bit of tin foil at Christmas, and just other little things like that. But the actual food, I like to get it all locally sourced.
I think the only thing that I can think of that we would need to complement that is a real ale and wine shop. You know, like a little independent one, like the real ale shop, which is quite a good one. Not around here, unfortunately, but that would go down quite well. Anyone out there that might be thinking of that, get on that.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we've got Steve P. Oh, is that Steve Pat saying we're making him feel hungry now? Well, we're going to throw it out to you guys as well. Have you got any embarrassing stories about your Christmas dinners that have gone wrong over the years? God knows there's been plenty of gone wrong for me over the years.
And me.
Yeah.
I think my probably my worst one was quite a few years ago, and I'd made gravy, all homemade and everything, and it was just beautiful. And I was like so pleased. I'd finally done it. Yeah. And then I got the roasting tin that I'd been making the gravy, and I wanted to put the sieve down and then pour it into the sieve, so to get rid of all the giblets and all that sort of stuff, which I did. And then I poured it all into the sieve, and then I picked the sieve up, and I looked down the sink, and I went, gravy.
Dope.
It's all down in the sink. I hadn't put a bowl or a jug underneath, so I poured the entire contents down the sink. And I just stood there and I thought, you've got no one else to blame.
It's going to leave a really nice plug in there as well.
Yeah, what am I going to do now? And I rummaged around in the back of the cupboard and I found this manky box of Bisto.
Oh boy. Was it the powder as well?
The powder.
Oh,
and there I am. And I'm like, oh my God, this will just have to do. And what do you do with this stuff? How do you make, right, you had 2 teaspoons to a bit of water. Well,
honestly, that powdered Bisto, like my mum is one of those people who's like, yeah, what do you need all this new fandangled stuff for? I'm like, if you've ever spent 45 minutes trying to make one of those powdered Bistos actually like the right consistency without the lumps. Hell, I tried sieving that stuff in there and it was still coming out as thick, waddy clumps of powdery nastiness. So yeah, well done Bisto for finding granulated.
Oh God, yes, the granules. You can buy those tubs of granules.
Well, of course though, you know, I only ever use real stock from the actual chicken or whatever, turkey. I do that a lot actually. I'll get the Bisto. I'll put a little bit of Bisto in, but then no water. It'll actually just be all of what's in the bottom of the tray and chuck that in there. Which again, people say is immensely unhealthy for you, but man, does it taste good?
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, wow.
It is.
I'm thinking another tune is probably in order. And you know what? I am going to pop on one for the good lady driver here.
Oh.
Yes, because does anyone remember the incomprehensible babble hit Mbop from the 90s by a band called Hanson? 3 lovely young boys with long blonde hair and gorgeous deep blue eyes that many a young lady went absolutely gaga for about 15 minutes while they were famous. But again, this is a band that actually are very credible. They set up their own label and publishing, and they held a world record, possibly still hold a world record for the most sales of album, I believe it was, entirely produced in-house like that, like all published and everything themselves. And the good lady driver is a big fan of Hanson, as I am. I do like a bit of Hanson. I have to, because I have their entire discography. I mean, that'll be something I want to admit on here. But they did do a fantastic array of Christmas songs, and this one right here is What Christmas Means to Me by Hanson. That one going out there to the good lady driver and the mini driver, and also to Mama Driver as well. Good lady driver's mum, been a little bit unwell the last couple of days. Sending big love out to her. I hope you get better soon. We all do. Best of luck. Fingers crossed. Steve out there saying a few years ago, the lovely Lizzie, her indoors, bought a 4-foot Kevin the Carrot from Aldi and proceeded to seat it at our Christmas dinner table, tucking in. She then tweeted it out and wondered why it got no response. She managed to tweet it to Lidl by mistake. Fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you for that, Steve. Yeah, if you do have any other embarrassing stories out there, everyone, do let us know at fm.fluidrecords.co.uk or vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. And thanks to all of you out there that said Andrew's got her phone not on silent, text in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. And that's a mention to all my worky buddies, my Stacks
this is a
family.
Live stream thing, like I was saying. I just mentioned.
Very funny.
I just mentioned Jeremy with his coffee. I was just saying this is a live stream thing. It happened to him last night. He was trying not to shill his coffee for half an hour, and everyone kept on sending messages about shilling his coffee to make him do it. But it is actually coming up to quiz time, right? Yeah, time for the quiz.
Time now.
And we got a special quiz this week.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, the quiz this evening is all about Wal. Because sometimes I do the quiz if it's not Rufus Periwinkle can't do it, so I do it. And I always say, come on, Neil, you're going to get 6 out of 6 or 5 out of 5.
Never happens.
I've made it really easy for you. And then I watch the show or something, or he comes home, he says, I only got 2. So he said to me last week, I think it was, could you not just put some easy questions in? And I said, like what? He said, well, like, what's my favourite author? And then give me multiple choice.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, oh, Neil, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Anyway, that gave me an idea, as Neil's not here. I've done exactly that. This is all about Wal. And I've done multiple choice.
Excellent.
Okay,
yeah,
so if
fantastic.
you're ready...
I should apparently be good at this. I do have, look, we have a studio pen. Thank you to Callyworth College. No, but we didn't actually nick this from Callyworth College, but we did go to Callyworth College to see another fantastic play, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, they had pens, and as you all know, our regular watchers, it is a rarity to find a pen in this place. So we were saying, should we take these with us and keep them for the studio? But yeah, I should be good at this one because, as we were saying in the pub the other week, where like we were talking about the chemistry between myself and Neil, and it was like, yeah, it's almost like we can finish each other's, and I said bowel movements.
Well, there's plenty of you out there listening in. There's a few of you that know Neil really well. Well, so get your pens out and see if you can all have.
I mean, even if you don't know, have a good cracking guess. Why not?
He's quite easy.
That's what I heard too. Boom.
Right, okay, let's go.
Okay.
So, question number 1. What meal would Wal eat every night or most nights if he could? Would he eat A, baked beans on toast, B, spag bol, C, pizza, or D, pie and chips?
Okay.
So what would he eat if he could? Most nights of the week.
Just give the options once more. It was
A, baked beans on toast, B, spag bol, C, pizza, or D, pie and chips.
Okay.
I wonder if anyone's going to take a stab at that in the chat room.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've got that one.
All right, question number 2. Who is Wal's favourite band? Is it A, My Painted Smile, B, Nirvana, C, you know it's coming, don't you?
Yeah, this one's got to be easy, even if you don't know.
C, New Model Army, or D, The Cure?
Well, he is out seeing The Cure tonight, isn't he?
This is it.
That's a toughie for anyone that has been living 16 foot underground for the last 35 years. So yeah, toughie.
Oh gosh, right.
Oh, Siege is saying pizza for question 1. And
Steve P.
Monty Tom and Co are saying pie and chips, and Mandy's saying
Pizza.
Mandy's saying New Model Army for number 2, and Dawn Lee's saying The Cure, and Monty's saying New Model Army. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And Steve as well. So yep.
There we go.
Okay, we have answers.
Could be a
there.
full house tonight.
Yeah.
Right, question number 3. Who is Wal's favourite author? Is it A, Stephen King, B, J.K. Rowling, C, Tony Black, or D, Dan Brown?
I know who my favorite author is. Seasons and Seagulls, baby. That's a award-winning book right there. Waterstone's Book of the Year, don't you know?
Is it still on your bedside table?
Yeah, it's still there. I still get up every morning and feel that heat just coming off of it. Much like a stallion out there in the heat of summer out on the plains.
Right, moving on. Right,
Moving
you're
on
getting
swiftly.
carried away.
I am. I'm getting distracted again. That's just Tony. He does that to you.
Yeah. Does he?
Apparently. I know I never asked for it, but it happened.
Right. Sorry, right.
Question 4.
Question 4. Right. What is Wal's all-time favourite film? Now, this might be a little bit tricky. Okay. A, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. B, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. C, An American Werewolf in London. Or D, Grease.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, you know, it's that John Travolta hairstyle that he always has as a bit of giveaway. You know
He hasn't got any bloody hair.
Well, exactly. The John Travolta hairstyle. Have you seen John Travolta recently? That's syrup of figs, mate. You're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling anyone, John Travolta. You're syrup of figs everywhere. Your implants. Wayne Rooney has better implants than you, mate.
I must look up John Travolta. I haven't looked him for ages.
No, you mustn't. It's going to just, if you had any childhood dreams of that guy, that's going to just be destroyed in an instant.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Oh, right. I'm definitely going to look him up now. This is what you're talking about. Right, and okay, so last question number 5. Now, if Wal could have a day out doing anything he wanted, what would he do or what would it be? Okay, so would he go spend the day surfing or paddleboarding? Would it be B? Would it be B? Spending the day with his wife?
I know what the wise answer to that question is already.
C, playing the drums. Or D, out with his camera, taking pictures of wind turbines and roadworks and a bit of scenery thrown in.
I suppose, yeah, everyone's got to have something.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to have something. Fantastic.
So there you go.
Really?
How well do you know Wal?
Well, it seems we're getting a lot of answers in the chat room already. Steve put out there saying, we all know he's a Poundland Jason Statham. Sure, it's one of his. Very much so. Yeah, as we're commonly referred to, Poundland Jason Statham and crackhead Johnny Depp. Thank you, people.
Steve says doing bugger all while drinking butt cum. Well, I'm going to have
add
that one in.
Yeah.
E.
That's on the end.
Yes.
Number E. Yes, number E. Letter E. Fantastic. Okay, so
Right.
whilst we, what's the term he used? Conjugate.
Yep.
And collate our answers
deliberate.
and deliberate. Indeed, conjugate, deliberate, and anticipate. I know that you're thrilled with anticipation.
Now, can I quickly say that Neil does a fabulous personation of that?
Tim Curry?
Yes.
How did I see you with my faithful hand
He
in
did
my
it
hand?
so well, he actually scared me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a
it
good
was,
thing,
it
then.
was that good.
Excellent.
It was that good. And in fact, my stepsister, Mrs. P, I think she might have been there as well, so she'll probably remember he did it in the kitchen.
Hey, maybe you should give it a go at the Sturts.
Yes, yeah.
Get in for that. I mean, I'd be up for doing Rocky Horror at the Sturts. That'd be fantastic. That was one of my favourite. That got me in trouble at school, actually, because they said, bring in, like, this was primary school. They said bring in a tape of all your favourite tunes, and on mine I had Little Shop of Horrors followed by Sweet Transvestite.
Oh.
So that went down a storm.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. But as I say, if you have your answers for those questions on the Wal Quiz, then get on over to fm.fluidrecords.co.uk or vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. Jump in the chat rooms, join the party. Everyone's there giving us their answers, spending a day with a wife there from Dawn Lee, that's her answer. And like I say, while you all have a good think of that, we've had this request, so we are going to play it. This is Greg Lake with I Believe in Father Christmas.
They said there'll be snow at Christmas. They said there'll be peace on earth. But instead it just kept on raining, a veil of tears for the virgin birth. I remember one Christmas morning, a winter's light and a distant choir, and the peal of a bell and that Christmas tree smell, and eyes full of tinsel and fire. They sold me a dream of Christmas. They sold me a silent night. They told me a fairy story till I believed in the Israelite. And I believed in Father Christmas, and I looked to the sky with excited eyes. Then I woke with a yawn in the first light of dawn, and I saw him in through his disguise. I wish you a hopeful Christmas. I wish you a brave new year. All anguish, pain and sadness, leave your heart and let your road be clear. They said there'd be snow at Christmas. They said there'd be peace on earth. Hallelujah, Noel, be heaven on hell. The Christmas we get we deserve.
Yes, okay, so I'm going to do what Neil usually does and plays the track link filler on the way out of a tune that is not track link, just to keep some continuity. But that track you just listened to was I Believe in Father Christmas by Greg Lake. And as it is just gone 8 o'clock, we are going to bring you your second track link, which is your opportunity to win one of the lovely stickers. I don't have one to hand to show you right now, but you know the score by now. It has been 27 weeks, I think. Good Lord, 54 hours of this stuff.
Really?
yeah, we hit 54 hours. Yeah, it's not bad. And we've got over 80 videos up on vision.fluidrecords.co.uk, so plenty of content there for you. But like I say, we are going to move swiftly on to our next track link. So what links the track? The first track with this at 7:30 was White Christmas by Bing Crosby. And this second one is going to be from the Godfather himself, the granddaddy, Frankie.
Mr. Sinatra.
Mr. Sinatra, the big Mr. S. And what else could it be but Let It Snow? And there you go. That is your second track link, which was Let It Snow by Frank Sinatra, which goes with your first track link of White Christmas by Bing Crosby. Looking over there into the chat room, Steve Prout saying, I reckon they all have mob connections. Hopefully the last track's by Alan Jones. Yes, well, yeah, I've heard a lot about Alan, eh? Be careful there, though. Thomas Cameron, I'm sure, will be on you. I'm pretty sure he's a big fan of Alan Jones. God bless Alan Jones. I mean, he's done quite well with Songs of Praise, I believe he presents,
yes,
doesn't he? Yeah. And that used to be presented by... Oh, now I'm digging into my mind. That's... just escaped me.
What song?
Harry Seacombe.
Harry Seacombe.
Harry Seacombe. Cool, blimey. So that's digging back into my memory there. Oh, Steve Prout just saying allegedly. Yes, thank you. Just got to clarify that. Allegedly for the YouTube algorithm. So we've done our quiz.
We've done the quiz.
We've done the track link. We've had some time to conjugate.
Yeah. Oh, we need the answers to the quiz, don't we?
We need the answers to the quiz. That's what
I'm
going with that.
jumped. I'm thinking about Tipple of the Week already.
Yeah, well, we're almost there.
Right, let's do the answers.
Let's get these damn answers out of the way.
Because
and then we can get down to some serious business.
Right, okay. So the answers. So question number 1. What meal would Wal eat practically all week, every day of the week, if he could? And the answer is C. He would eat pizza. It is its all-time. What did you put, pizza?
No, I put beans on toast.
Well, probably followed by beans on toast.
Yeah, because he did say to me the other day I could eat beans on toast all day long. Not necessarily related to this either. Completely other conversation we were having. He said, I could eat beans on toast all day. I was like, okay. So
and then followed by pie and chips.
He's throwing me off. He's trying to make me look stupid. Yeah. This isn't hard, to be honest.
So no, it's definitely pizza. And for anyone who knows, well, they probably know it's pizza as well. Right, question number 2. Who's Wal's favourite band? Well, come on.
Richard Cheese.
Yeah.
No, it has to be only one answer to that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's New Model Army. Because literally every single week you find some way of getting something about them into the show. This is good work.
I say to him, could you stop playing songs that you like and play songs that other people like?
No.
Well, and he's like,
that's not the point of this.
I like it.
We're not here to serve what the people want. God, no. No, to be honest, if that was the case, then, like, you heard my Noel at the beginning of the show, like, things would sound a lot different if I was playing just what I wanted to listen to.
So there you go, New Model Army. Question number 3, who is Wal's favourite author? And the answer is A, Stephen King.
Yes, which is something you would know if you were listening in our previous shows with Jack Ryder, which is also up on vision.fluidrecords.co.uk, where he valued Captain Corelli's mandolin. Actually, I've got to find out from Dawn Lee, how disappointed are you, Dawn, in the chat? How disappointed are you?
Oh, yes.
with the valuation on that? Or what, tuppence halfpenny and maybe ball of spit?
Yes. I think, I don't know if I'll finish. I'll finish the questions and then otherwise I diverse. Right. Yeah. Okay. So, what is Wal's all-time favourite film?
Wait, did we do the answer? Did you say the answer to the book one?
Stephen King.
It was Stephen King.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, of course, yes, Stephen King, which Mandy got, and I'm just check out your answers as well. Mandy got that one.
Oh, Dawn Lee, J.K. Rowling.
Tony Black came in from Monty Tom there, and J.K. Rowling from Dawn Lee. Steve Prout saying didn't know you could read. Fantastic.
So, this one, question number 4, what's Wal's favourite all-time film? And Mrs. P, yes, you got it right. It is C, An American Werewolf in London.
Oh, okay.
Followed closely by The Good, the Bad and the Ugly.
See, that's what I went with, because we had a conversation about that on one of the previous shows as well, I think. Yeah. It was movie night. It was movie night with Scarlett, which is also available to watch on demand at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. I'm getting good at this shilling, aren't I? Almost as good as Jeremy.
Right, and finally, question number 5. If Wal could have a day out, what would he do with his day out?
His perfect day, huh?
So, would he go surfing or paddleboarding? No, he wouldn't.
No.
Would he like to spend the day with his wife? No, he wouldn't. Would he like to be playing the drums? No, he wouldn't. I actually had to ask him
what would you actually want to do?
And he chose,
and yet he still chose what he chose. Wow.
Yeah, I read the question out to him. I said, "What would you do?" and he chose. It's D. He would be out with his camera, taking pictures of wind turbines and road.
Yep, as Mandy got that one as well, taking pics of crap. So yeah, absolutely, and that's what I went with as well.
Yes, a while back, he went out taking pictures of wind turbines, and then Mandy was out with her husband Rich in the car. She sent me pictures of wind turbines.
Brilliant, fantastic.
Honestly,
well, you know, wind turbines, they're a beautiful thing, aren't they? You know.
And he'll be really cross with me for saying taking pictures of roadworks, but he did.
Well, I mean,
oh no, he said it was road building. I said, what?
There's
why?
a difference.
Why? And then he said, well, I take pictures of the scenery.
Well, it's life. It's life as it happens, passing you by, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So there we go.
Oh, Dawn Lee saying she's done terribly so far. Too much wine tonight. Oh wow.
Oh dear.
Yeah. That sometimes doesn't help, but sometimes it does. Which actually brings us quite neatly on to Tipple of the Week.
Now. So now.
Special one, yeah.
Well, I've decided to go for a nice Christmas drink because you guys are always drinking beers and ciders and stuff.
Well, unless I'm making raw cocktails, like dumping ginger beer and ginger wine into a glass, roughly. Yeah.
So I've.
Oh wait, we had snowballs the other week.
Did you?
Yeah, we had snowballs. Well, a good lady driver, there's a week where we didn't think we had a tipple, and she said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll grab you a couple of things." So she got a fairly nice IPA, which we never actually tried in the end. I ended up drinking that myself, but also a 4-pack of snowballs.
Oh, lovely.
So we had that with Scarlett, and that's an acquired
when Scarlett
taste.
was here.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
Snowballs, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's
kind of weird.
Advocaat and
Advocaat and lime.
Eggy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind Advocaat on its own, but
I don't like it because I remember as a child that's what my parents would have with a cherry in it on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And I just
I think
don't.
It wasn't that actually like the logo for them for a while as well. Was the glass with? I think I have this vague memory of being a kid and seeing their old like Baby Sham as well. That was popular back then.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, Leo, what I've done is I've done an all-round Christmas drink, which is called a poinsettia, and it's very simple. You just need a bottle of Prosecco. You need some Cointreau or Grand Marnier or Triple Sec and some cranberry juice.
Good mix.
And you mix it all together. I will give out the and
we'll pop it up on the website afterwards and check it out.
You mix it all together. Now I have made one for us. Bear with me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries. It's all right. It's still going swimmingly way better and more smoothly and more organised than any other episode we've done in 27 weeks. Fantastic. See, look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Diddy glass for you.
Angie knows the score here. She's bought glasses because she knows the crisis we have with finding a glass from week to week.
Fantastic.
So, they're lovely little glasses.
This is a cocktail. And many years ago, Neil and I decided we would do cocktails. And we were in the kitchen and we started off with some Christmas cocktail, and we had this one, and then we had another one, and then we had another one. And then we got onto this poinsettia. And we said,
this is like the 4th or 5th one.
Yes.
We haven't quite found the right one yet. That's
no.
not quite hitting the Christmas spot. Let's try another one to see how it goes.
And we were in the kitchen, and then there was Christmas music going, you see, and whatnot. And then we found this one. We thought, that's rather nice. Should we have some more? Well, let's make another bottle. Then I remember saying, I need to go for a wee. Yeah. And I got up and I was like, why don't my legs work anymore? And then I think that we were giggling and laughing, and then the children, I think, came home and they're like, why are you drunk? It's only 2:00 in the afternoon.
Is that when they said you're going to put the turkey on? You went, actually, no, I'm going to do it tomorrow on Boxing Day.
See, that was another time.
No, okay, yeah. Non-related incidents, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. So we eventually found, so I do have to say, be careful, because these are you can knock them back really quickly. Yeah, and then they hit you. So go steady on Christmas Day if you do have this, and you are in charge of cooking the turkey.
This is definitely not for me on Christmas morning. This is more like Boxing Day at 2 a.m. first thing.
Yes, yeah. So right, Leo, I'll pour this one, and then I'll pass this glass to you.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Now it's gone a little bit flat.
There we go.
There we go. Now it's a lovely,
look at that, ladies and gents.
It's a lovely pink colour rather than a sort of red,
like a rosé almost.
Yes. Right.
A little bit of a nose on that.
There we are. You can.
So really get the cranberry off of that.
Chin chin.
Chin chin. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Oh, you see, it just tastes like Ribena.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, not really Ribena.
The cranberry bite
it just
is what's really nice
tastes
in
like.
That. It doesn't taste super alcoholic.
No, that's
the danger.
That's the danger.
I could probably see. You see the way it's presented in the bottle there. Did you mix it in the bottle? That's what I used to do when I was going out as a kid. I'd get a bottle of vodka that had been drunk down to a third left, and then just fill it up with every other spirit and Coke and stuff. But I was thinking you could easily just pop your ingredients straight into the bottle and carry that around with you all day.
You could. Well, what I did, because I was bringing it over here now, so you normally make it and you put it in a big pitcher, so a huge big jug, and then you can just keep it in the fridge or whatever. Now I didn't have a jug that I could bring over to you, and I was like, well, how am I going to get it over here?
Plastic bags. Ziploc bags again. Back to the coffee.
So in the end, I made it in these. I mixed it all up, and then I put it in this carafe bottle. And then I thought, well, how am I going to carry that over? And then I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll pour it all back into this bottle.
Fantastic. Hey, recycling. It's a good way to recycle.
So I poured it all back in that.
Awesome.
That bottle. So
it does taste fantastic. I'd say the cranberries are that's what takes the edge off of the Prosecco, I'd say. It actually, you wouldn't think it. You think bitter on bitter, but actually it really balances that out.
It does.
The triple sec's the one that's a really interesting factor in that, because it's there. But it's not really powerful at all, which is unusual, because I often find with a lot of cocktails I've made, so I've made a few in the years, triple sec you've got to be careful with it. It can really just overpower it. Cointreau, that stuff blows my face off anyway.
Well, I might have a go this year, and I might have a go, and I'm going to get some Grand Marnier as well, and I'm going to try it, because that's a little bit more orangey. And I'm going to see what that does. But you need a lot of Prosecco, a lot of the other bits and pieces, and an awful lot of cranberry juice.
It's probably the Prosecco you're going to need most of, isn't it? Because if you're going to buy a bottle of triple sec or Grand Marnier, you kind of want to use it. You don't want to just sitting around wasting for another year.
And of course, my big children, they just it's just jug after jug after jug.
Well, I was just thinking, actually, could you maybe even add some fruits to that, in the jug with a bit of ice? And something that jumped to mind there was cucumber. For some, I know it sounds odd, but I think a bit of cucumber in that would add, if you were maybe going to do a summertime sort of spin on it, maybe something for Wimbledon. You could have that with some cucumber in there and a little strawberry garnish, maybe.
There you go.
Quite good. I should still be working in the pubs
for Christmas as well, because you can serve it in wine glasses or champagne flutes. I normally do it in flutes, and then what do? You put something around the top of the glass and you dip it in sugar.
Okay, yeah.
And then you get that lovely little crystal, so it's nice and Christmassy.
Gomme de syrup.
Yes, yeah.
I used to use that a lot, actually. Almost every single cocktail I ever made, even if it was a cobbler, I'd put some sugar around the edge of it. Because it looks better. It's like when James Martin makes you a meal, and he's showing you it costs £3.50, and then he puts a garnish of parsley in there, 35 quid.
Yes.
Same thing. It's just here goes a bit of sugar, 30 quid.
Yes.
People will pay it as well. People will pay it.
Yeah. So I'll quickly tell you. So what you need to make this, you need a bottle of Prosecco, 75ml, 125ml of Cointreau, Grand Marnier, or triple sec, which I've done this evening, and 500ml of cranberry juice. And then you basically you mix the triple sec with the cranberry juice first, and then stir that around. Put your prosecco in the jug, and then pour that in. Stir it. Put it in the fridge. Or what's quite nice is to already have the cranberry juice and the triple sec already made in the fridge, and that stays nice and chilled.
Danger!
Yeah.
That I can see that going horribly wrong with someone that doesn't realise what that is.
Yes.
Dad, that's happened to my dad before.
No!
I made vodka watermelon. Didn't tell anyone, and he ate like half of it. That was a fun evening.
Bless him.
He had no clue what was going on.
So there you go.
Excellent.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, it's really lovely and a great way to I was going to say great way to start your day on Christmas Day. If you haven't got too many responsibilities, just don't drink too many. As we say every week, drink responsibly.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Neil said last week, unless it's Christmas Day, you've got to know where to go, in which case knock yourself out, but Well,
Neil, he sort of says it's about, say, 10 o'clock in the mornings. Shall I make a jug of poinsettia? I'm like, no, it's 10. Wait. Honestly, just wait.
The year that Lady Driver moved in with me, that first Christmas, that was another one of those train wreck ones where I was like, yeah, first Christmas together in the house, we're going to have a fantastic one. I got guinea fowl that year. Oh boy, I think it was like 9 in the morning, and this is before we had Mini Driver as well, so it's just the two of us. It's like, right, up we get, down we go, here we go, box fist to start with, bottle bashed in like 15-20 minutes, onto the second one with a bit of coffee on the go and some croissants in the oven, 6 Santa Claus the movie on, greatest Christmas movie ever, proved me wrong, and bonk, out. That was me done.
That was you done?
Yeah, I wake up about 5 or 6 in the afternoon, catch the salad, it's like, are you going to cook at all today? Oh Christ, yeah, okay.
Oh,
yeah, and then fell asleep again and left the guinea fowl in. So that one ended up cremated.
I had guinea fowl last year, which my brother did for Christmas Day, which was absolutely delicious.
Well, they can
lovely.
be really, really good, but it's another one like the pheasant. You got to have a fairly good cooking technique for it. It can be pretty tough and gamey if you don't do it right. But as we said, that Tipple of the week, I'll get the ingredients up on the on-demand page at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk if you want to know how to make that for yourselves. All the recipes that you see here on Wal of Paine will be available on the BBC Good Food. No, it won't. No, it won't. It'll be up on our site. Shouts to Monty Tom there saying nothing tastes alcoholic in Andrew and Neil's house.
What?
No, that's the thing. Nothing tastes alcoholic, but I'm sure a fair amount of it probably is. You've got to be careful there.
There's nothing but alcohol in our house. When I put the recycling out, I've had to start taking some of it to the tip myself because now I'm too embarrassed because it's too full.
You should never be embarrassed of that. Like until the point where your recycling and your rubbish bin is expressly vodka bottles, you don't have to worry about it. So I see in Bristol, no one cared. I was looking out the window thinking such about at my lowest point. I was sat there looking out the window at the recycling box as the guy comes to pick it up, and this is yeah, cool, he's had a good night, chuck it in there. It's like, no thought at all to the crippling depression I was suffering.
My God.
Fantastic.
Oh dear.
Steve out there saying chuck some sprouts in there. It's funny you say that. I have made a cocktail in the past with sprouts.
With sprouts?
Yeah, for Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. It was again another whiskey based one.
Right.
And it's basically a whiskey sours, but with a sprout as a garnish and a little bit of fenugreek put on the top. It gives it really odd flavour, but it's kind of compelling.
Okay.
It was one of those Christmases where we had a lot of overstock. I was just trying to shift whatever we had, so it's hard to come up with that.
Well, I do sprouts on Christmas Day. I do them in Riesling wine and bacon.
Nice. That's a good look.
So,
and
then they're sort of like fried. So and that's really lovely.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, but I have to agree with some people who say that's kind of cheating. Is it like, if you've got sprouts with bacon, then it's the bacon, really? Like no one's eating that for the sprouts. Most people are eating it for the bacon. I know people who pick the bacon out and leave the sprouts. Well, I actually quite like sprouts now. I used to hate them as a kid, but I love them now.
I think it's one of those things that actually, and if they're cooked nicely, if they're overcooked and they're too mushy and then
That's the worst. You don't want it to
or
be
just
mushy, really.
plain boiled sprouts. Nope.
Yeah, boiling them too long, they get sweaty.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting, suddenly, like talking in depth about the cooking methods for Christmas dinner. But hey, you get everything on this show. You can't say we're not varied.
You do.
Oh, crikey,
You do. And if someone keeps saying to me they don't like turkey and it's dry, that's because they don't know how to cook it.
Yeah, exactly.
They do not know how to cook it. And, you know, I can't emphasize enough. Baste. Your turkey needs basting.
Yeah.
And when it's cooked, take it out of the oven and let it rest. And you almost let it rest as long as the time it took to cook.
Yeah.
It's got to rest. It's
People
so important.
never do that.
And they don't.
Same with beef as well.
They come straight out the oven and straight to the table with it. And then it hasn't had time for all the juices.
Yeah.
Sorry, microphone.
Oh, that's all right. I guess
See, I've
far
had
worse punishment than that.
one tipple, and now
Well, this is why we moved the quiz earlier, as I was
Yeah.
saying earlier in the show. And, oh, crikey, I'm looking at the time. You know what is coming up to time for.
Oh, it
You're
is.
just going to check your notes to
Yes.
find out.
Where's my notes from Neil?
It is almost time for Track Link. There we go. Yeah, I found that button. So, our last track link, which was 8 o'clock, that was Let It Snow by Frank Sinatra. And the track link before that was Bing Crosby with A White Christmas. And I think...
It's not Aled Jones.
No, it's not Aled Jones. You know, I think I just did. I think I played the other track link earlier on.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, Leo.
Yeah.
Neil's going to be cross with us.
Yeah. I'm not going to play it again. That leaves us a little bit in a pickle.
Right.
I knew I was going to do at least one thing wrong. Okay. Well, tell you what.
So
the way I'll solve this is rather than play it again. Your first one was White Christmas by Bing Crosby. Your second one was Frank Sinatra, Let It Snow. The third one was actually What Christmas Means to Me by Hanson, which I obviously played a couple of tracks ago by accident.
Well, there you go. So you've
There
heard
you
them
go,
all
you've
now.
heard them all, yeah.
So
like,
the third track link was Hanson.
Hanson with What Christmas Means to Me, which does mean that we can play something else instead. Do you have another one out of your picks that you particularly want me to try?
You can play whatever you like. I can't see from over here.
Unfortunately, yeah, that is a bit difficult to...
But I have got... I do have them written down as well. I don't know
as I completely cocked up track we shall instead
Here we go.
have a replacement for track link. We're going to have a tune here that I don't know if I'm actually that familiar with. So we're going to go with Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
Oh, I was just going to say that one.
Yeah, here we go. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good choice then. Here we go with Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses.
Agreed, we're both free. We tried, we said we'd keep in touch. Didn't
me, sunburn in the 3rd degree. Now the calendar's just one page, of course I am excited. Tonight's the night I've set my mind not to do too much about it. Dashing through the snow, cause I bundled up too tight. Last minute, have to do a few cards, a few calls because it's RSVP. No thanks, no party lights, it's Christmas Eve. Gonna relax, turn down all of my invites. Last fall, I had a night to myself. Same guy called, Halloween party. Waited all night for him to show. This time his car wouldn't go. Forget it, it's cold, it's getting late. Try to run home to celebrate in a quiet way. Doing Christmas right this time. AP has provided me with the world's smallest turkey, already in the oven, nice and hot. Oh damn, guess what I forgot? So on with the boots, back out in the snow to the only all-night grocery. When what to my wondering eyes should appear in the line is that guy I've been chasing all year. And in this one alone, he said, need to break this year's been crazy. I said me too, but why are you? You mean you forgot cranberries too? Then suddenly we laughed and laughed, caught on to what was happening. That Christmas magic's brought this tale to a very happy ending.
That's the Waitresses with Christmas Wrapping, which of course I know that tune. It's probably because I wasn't aware it was the Waitresses, but yeah, no, of course I know.
I did have to look them up actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first read it, my first thing that came into my mind was like, oh, is this like a hip hop Christmas tune?
Yeah,
which I'm kind of surprised I didn't put like Christmas in the Ghetto or something in the playlist, to be honest. But that's all right. There's always more time. In fact, we've got our Christmas party coming up on the 22nd, 2 weeks time. Yeah, have a whole range of people in, lots of guests from previous shows. Are you coming? I believe you're coming.
Christmas. Oh yes. Yeah.
So we'll have yourself. We'll have Scarlett, Jack Ryder, Jason Hughes is going to be in, our new roving reporter. I think a whole bunch of other people as well that I'm sorry I've forgotten right now. But yeah, 22nd, we're going to be having our Christmas party. It's going to be a special 3-hour long show, which we were just saying, it goes so quickly. It might be a good thing because we always get just into that second hour. Halfway through the second hour, it's man, we got finished. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Make sure you tune in 22nd. And you have something important, actually, validly important to say here.
I just want to sing as I'm on air, just get this out there. So now, I know that Christmas is a happy time, and it is for most people. And so I just want to mention my brother and sister-in-law at this point. So for them, this is their second Christmas now without their two little dogs, Margie and Ruby. Now, Margie and Ruby was stolen from their property, their home, 2 years ago. And I know that there are other people out there who've had dogs stolen, and at Christmas, it can be.
It's a very common thing. It peaks at Christmas, doesn't it?
It's sad. It is very sad. So I just wanted to do a little, little mention for Margie and Ruby. Now, my sister-in-law Angela and my brother, together with other like-minded people, have worked tirelessly for the last 2 years. They have not stopped looking for their dogs, for their babies, and it's heartbreaking to see what they're doing, and
nothing's coming back.
So, for those of you who don't know, or perhaps you do know about Marge and Ruby, but if you even type Marge and Ruby in on Google, it will bring you up links. They have their own Facebook page, so if you are on Facebook, you can find them on there. You can join the group. Please join the group. You can find out their story and what happened to them. They're on Instagram. They're on Twitter. They've done so much to get these little dogs out there in the media. Yes, now I'm getting a little bit... But anyway, which way am I going?
You're going this way, right here.
Where am I going? Right.
Here.
So,
Pass that here.
little Marge and Ruby. Now, sorry about my...
Get a nice close-up so you can get a good look.
So Ruby is the one with her ears down, and Margie has one ear up and one down. Okay, and on there it tells you everything, who to call, breaks
all
my
the
heart.
Breaks
my heart. Leo, you have to take
over. Yeah.
Sorry.
So, like I say, these two Norfolk Terriers that you're looking for, and they're obviously blonde in colour. Stolen on 24th of June 2021. That's a long time to be without your little furry ones. And they have a series of numbers here. If you could call 079 74 950 768 or 0778 7410 987 if you have any information, or get in contact with Devon and Cornwall Police on 101 with a crime reference number CR/056341/21, or call Dog Lost at 0844 800 3200, quoting their ID numbers. They're on the screen now. That's Ruby's ID number is 168959, Margie's is 167709. You can visit their Facebook page, and the link is there. It's facebook.com/groups. There's a number coming here, /8743721698758516. Obviously, I don't expect you all to remember that off the back of your heads, but I will put it up on the website, on the on-demand for this show, along with the pictures. Let's see if we can find these doggies, okay? This is absolutely ridiculous that people are going around and kidnapping doggies, dog-napping doggies. It's massively spiked in recent years as well. And particularly at Christmas time is a time you do not want to be away from your furry friends. So if you do have any information, please do get in contact with any of those contact details. Like I say, I'll put them up on the website with the on-demand. Let's see if we can find these terriers.
And if you're going out during the Christmas holidays, walking, Boxing Day walks, all around Cornwall and everything,
do beware.
Well, wherever you are,
do beware as well, because
Bury St Edmunds, Sarah.
There are people,
get it out up there as well.
Exactly.
You never know.
Spread the word, and just beware as well, because you'd be surprised like the instances this sort of thing can happen even when you're out walking. I have plenty of instances that have come up in the past where people have been out walking their dogs, they've thrown the stickers, gone and run for it, and someone's literally just picked them up and jumped into a van and they're off. So really please do keep your eyes and ears peeled. Any sign of them, let them know on those contact details.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Check out the website. Like I say, vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. And on that note, we're gonna lift the mood a little bit more now, because we've actually recovered Tracklink. We do have that extra tune for Tracklink that we can play. So your first one was Bing Crosby, White Christmas. Your second one was Let It Snow by Frank Sinatra. The third one should have been What Christmas Means to Me by Hanson. You're going to get a bonus fourth one tonight because I cocked it up. And this one is still the same Tracklink. It's still the same link between all of these tunes. And this one is Elvis Presley and Martina McBride with Blue Christmas. There you go. That's Elvis Presley and Martina McBride with Blue Christmas. There you go.
Without you.
Indeed. And that was your fourth track link, your bonus track link to get us back on track. Oh, wow, that was a good link.
we won't tell Neil about this.
Yeah. He'll see it in the on demand. Or will he? Now, it has come that time once again, because it is actually it's coming up to the end of the show. We've got about 15 minutes left. Goes so quickly, like we say.
The gig guide.
It is time for that gig guide, indeed. Yes, which it's Thursday now, so it would have been last week's Cornish Times. You've got your gig guide in there, which obviously you could cut out and keep on the fridge. However, I will also highlight to you that if you happen to miss that, then you can get on over to fluidrecords.co.uk, where you'll find the gig guide right there on our front page. And if you click on the gig guide, you'll get the whole month. So it has this week on our front page at fluidrecords.co.uk, and then if you click on it, it gives you the whole spread like you have here. So if you did happen to miss your Cornish Times last week, fear not, get on over to fluidrecords.co.uk.
So do Morzim get in there?
Yeah.
Oh, they're in there.
Yeah, well, of course they are.
We haven't done my song.
They are. Yeah, don't worry. I'll get that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten about that. That's right. We've got time. We do have time. It's perfect because, in fact, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So where are we now? We are. The time is flying. It's like what date are we actually at? We are at the 8th of December. So that would make Friday the 9th of December, which, incidentally, there's not much going on. Would you believe it?
Oh, that's because everyone's nativity plays are all Christmas parties.
Yes, that's a good point. I've got one to go to on Monday, actually. So this weekend, Saturday is your big night, and it is a big night. Although I say that, what have I forgotten is on a Friday night.
What's on a Friday night?
Well, Flexi Fridays down at JJ's List Cards. God, that would have been crazy if I missed that one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it last week, we had Mr. Flex at JJ's List Card. Brand new venue that's just opened up, and that's available on demand as well at vision.fluid.
Did you go and see him? You went to see him?
So we actually streamed it. It and recorded it live on the night. So this week again, I think we're starting about 8 o'clock tomorrow night, and we'll be streaming live again from 8 till 11. Mr. Flex spinning up Flexi Friday, fantastic array of tunes, all sorts of stuff. You know, he goes through like house, hip hop, dub, drum and bass, harder stuff, softer stuff, R&B. So he's got everything. He mixed the whole thing super fine. So like I say, you can check out last week's one on vision.fluidrecords.co.uk, or come on down to JJ's List Guard. It is just next to the spa where Albion used to be. Alex was down last week. We were having a good old dance with him. So do get on down there. Come meet us live if you can, but if you can't, check it out on vision.fluidrecords.co.uk.
I might stay at home for that one.
Yeah, well, this is the beauty, is you don't have to come out for it. You can just stick it on your telly, which is a good point, because Vision does work on everything, every device, 24 hours, 365, any device, anywhere, anytime. No cookies, no apps, no crap. So that's your Friday. Saturday, December 10th, we have Horse with No Name at the Bullers in Loo. Also, we have Fully Amped at the Social Club Callington. Vince Lee and the Big Combo at Copley Arms Hessenford, Rusty Shackle at the Social Liscard, and Danny Jones at the Social Club Saltash, which takes you on to Sunday the 11th, where we have the Barracudas at the Bullers Loo, and Louise Parker at the Copley Arms Hessenford. And of course, this month's cultural pick was the Sturts Theatre production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which Mini Driver had the great pleasure of seeing this week with the school. They all rolled up there, the whole school rolled up there in one go with the coaches, which, if you know old roads, good God, like those coach drivers know their spatial awareness. You know, fantastic getting up and down there. But it's a really great show as well. He really had a fantastic time. Absolutely loved it. And
Sturts is lovely.
Yeah, it is lovely. Like we say, we had it in our gig guide, and obviously they actually covered it in the paper as well. Kaleidoscope of colour from start to end. It was one of those odd synchronicities where we featured it as our feature thing of a month, and they happened to at the Cornish Times also be featuring it. So there's some nice synchronicity there. But alternatively as well, if you want something a little bit different for this Yuletide, our very good friends at the Rogue Otherworld Theatre have their Winter Woods, which tickets are on sale now.
Oh, okay.
Damn you, Ollie, you handsome sir. Like, that guy, he does Father Winter every year, and why? He looks the part. He's got that rugged darkness, the deep
and where
dark
is
eyes.
This?
And this is in Tahiti Woods, just up the road in Tahiti Woods. It's not that far away. I mean, it's only about 20-25 minutes away by car from Liskeard, and it's set in Tahiti Woods. They have a stage set up under a tent. They also have food. They always have a fantastic big cauldron of broth on, and it's good broth. They have a bar and facilities.
Lovely.
And they do these fantastical performances with song, dance, acting. I've been to see many of these now. They're really so good. They do them seasonally. They just finished a Halloween one literally a couple of weeks ago, and now they have the Winter Woods, which obviously deals with Yuletide and Saturnia, and like the old sort of pagan and the ancient Anglo and Cornish.
So where do you get some tickets, or how do you?
rogueotherworld.co.uk. Check out our Facebook. There is a post on it today. And check out their Facebook as well at facebook.com/Rogue Otherworld Theatre, I think it is. Again, you can check this on our website at vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. I'll stick the links in there. But tickets have just gone on sale. It's running from, if I remember correctly, the 10th of December, like right through to January.
Okay, that's good.
They're running a long run of this one, but it is well worth going to. Mini Driver loves it every time we go. It's great for the kids. Like I say, it does cover, like I say, some of the more what you might call traditional religious and spiritual aspects of old England. And they're such fantastic performers as well. Really great group. Every show we've seen has been absolutely fantastic. And it's well worth it. It's not stupidly expensive. It's
that's good, because I need to take the grandchildren all out.
They will absolutely love it. I mean, wrap up warm, because obviously it's a bit nippy out there, but they do have, I think they've got down heaters, and they have a fire obviously for the cauldron, but it's a fantastic, their shows are just brilliant. And on the way into the shows through the woods, obviously you come in through the entrance to the woods from the car park. As you walk through, it's quite deep in, and as you go, they've got set places throughout the woods with little stagings for each one of the characters that's going to be performing that night, and they introduce themselves and give you a little bit of background, or they might be singing or dancing.
It sounds
or whatever.
lovely.
It's really fantastic. It just really gets you into the mood. You follow these lovely twinkling lights all the way up to the stage. It's a fantastic day or night out. I would advise anyone to take their kids along to it, or grandkids. It will really get them in the Christmas mood, and it's a good alternative Christmas as well, because everything is very commercialised these days, and some people might have forgotten some of the elements of why Christmas exists. Whether you're Christian or not, it existed beforehand as well. Like I say, Saturnia and Yule. So get on down. That's quite a long plug for the Rogue Otherworld, but I love you guys, and like I say, damn you, Ollie, for your rugged good looks. Every time they share photos like that, it's like, oh god, he's so damn handsome. Shout out, Solly. It was good to see you last time. So that, I believe, rounds up your gig guide. So I'm just going to have a sip of this because it's so damn tasty. And also brings us nicely on to, because later on in that gig guide, you will see a gig. Is it a 26?
For Morzim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it?
It's...
Isn't... Oh, yeah, it's the 28th. Sorry, Wednesday 28th at the Bullers. Of course it's at the Bullers, because everything happens at the Bullers. Like, well done the Bullers for having such a fantastic schedule. But yeah, the Morzim will be playing down there on the 28th. And I'm going to try really hard here to do something I haven't done yet before, but we are going to try and play their video.
It's their Christmas. It's their Christmas song, which they did. I think it was last year. Was it last year or the year before? I'm not terribly sure.
I'm afraid I can't answer that question.
No, but it was quite funny, because they were rehearsing this song, and they started off with "Good King Wenceslas," and during that they started going fa la 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 fa la, and this sort of thing, and they somehow, without realising what they did, they had "Good King Wenceslas" and "Deck the Halls," and they sang both songs and melded it into one song without knowing what they were doing. And,
that sounds like the way it usually happens, not just for them either.
And I think it might have been my brother's wife who pointed out one day, said, you are actually singing two hymns. And they're like, what? But it sounded so good.
Yeah.
So they've sort of created their own Christmas song, which I think is, I love it, and I think it should be in the charts.
Could this be our Christmas number one for this year?
It should be. They need to get it somehow out there.
Yeah, forget Rage Against the Machine. Get on board this one. Like, actually support like a band that isn't going to take that money and give it to Simon Cowell, like Rage Against the Machine did.
Yeah. And it's videoed by a couple called Tam and Dave from Skim Media.
Yes, massive shout out to you guys.
Massive shout out to them. They're brilliant.
They are fantastic. I mean, obviously, because we do similar stuff, we do recording and stuff, and watching it, I was like, man, these guys are good. I like what I've seen. The quality's beautiful.
So
it's something I can appreciate.
They had great fun when they actually were.
So this is actually recorded in the studio, isn't it?
It's like recorded in
their recording.
My brother built an actual recording studio. So yes, that's where it's recorded in there.
Excellent. And there's a fantastic array of Christmas jumpers by the looks of it as well, right? Excellent.
I remember seeing Neil, and he had these rubber turkey things, or I don't know, dog toy or something,
rubber chickens,
and I saw them when I was walking past his car, and I was like, oh my god, he's really gone mad now. And then I thought, he's always been mad, but now he's worse. And then I thought, he hasn't bought those for our dogs, Winnie and Dexter. Anyway, it wasn't until a long time later I eventually saw this video, and of course he's playing the drums with them. And I'm like, oh my god.
All is explained, of course. The only thing it could have been Batman.
Yes.
You know? Of course they're chicken drumsticks.
Exactly. I mean,
chicken
really?
drumsticks.
Really?
Oh my god, is that one of the most complicated jokes for a visual comedy joke? Chicken drumsticks.
Well, turkey. I don't know what they are.
Well, turkey drumsticks, either way. Bernard Matthews.
If you watch the video, you'll see what he's holding up. But I was a bit worried why I'd bought them.
So that's got me now.
So we'll see if we can get it on.
Yes, let's give that away. Shout out to Prouty as well. Thank you. He's done and linked the Rogue Otherworld on our Twitter at FM Phluid. Check it out on Twitter. He's just shared the Rogue Otherworld there. But for now, what we're going to try and do is this fantastic newfangled thing that I'm going to try here. We are going to try and give you Remorsim with Wenceslas, and this is going to be a video. So enjoy, folks.
Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. TVC the man that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering weight of fuel. The page and stand by me, who that man is telling, yonder peasant, who is he, where he's dwelling? So he leaves a goodly head underneath the mountain, right against the forest fence, by St. Agnes Mountain. Hosanna in Excelsior. King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moonlight
Oh, yes.
Brilliant. Absolutely
That's fantastic.
brilliant.
But no, yeah, that really, like I say, is a much more viable thing for the Christmas number one than anything else out there. I was just saying, how many more times do we need to hear Noddy Holder?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we've got those like old things. Don't bother. They got their money. They get their residuals, as we were talking about last week with Rosa Hoadley.
Yeah.
You know, he makes something like $750,000 a year just on that one
Well, I was
Christmas
thinking
tune, so.
today, the Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea.
Yeah, he makes phenomenal amounts of money out of that every single year. You know, so instead of letting them make yet more, why not buy this? Let's get this to number one.
Yeah.
Like, someone get onto that Facebook guy that does the Christmas number one that got Rage Against the Machine in.
Yeah.
So
let's do it.
Swig of tea there. Wow, like we were actually powering into the end of the show here, like a little bit over, but I don't mind going over because hey, we don't have any restrictions on like that on this channel. But was there anything else? I think we have pretty much covered everything, haven't we?
So
yeah, like is everything on Neil's list being covered? Because that's the most important thing, obviously.
Let's just
have a quick look. But I think we got everything. We got our gig guide. We got our track link in, which obviously we have to give the answer to.
Check what he's told me.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot one thing.
Well, now's the time to put it in.
That was to mention Baker's Bakehouse Christmas pasties in Saltash.
Yes, Christmas pasties.
And that's they are on Prideaux Close, I think, it's opposite Waitrose Industrial Estate, opposite White's Dry Cleaners, and they do delicious Christmas pasties. Not only that, they do pies, sausage rolls. You can buy their stuff frozen. They'll send it to you, and they do a lovely bakery selection as well.
Cool.
And I am going to start looking like a pasty soon, very soon.
So with Christmas pasties, is that like turkey and stuffing or something? Ooh, nice.
Yep.
A bit of cranberry sauce in there as well?
Yep. Well, they don't put cranberry sauce in, but you can add that in yourself. And they're actually got award-winning pasties as well. And they do a steak and gravy.
Yummy. Yeah.
I could marry it.
Yeah?
Steak and gravy.
Steak and gravy. Yeah. Well, I do like a good steak. Although chicken and mushroom is like totally my thing. Fantastic. As you may hear, the mini driver has entered the room and he's found the button that makes my chair collapse. Which sounds hilarious, but you know it's actually impossible to get this thing back up.
Oh no.
There we go. This is the same seat that does quite frequently eject Neil into the ether. Oh dear. So it's that time of year. It is that time of year. He's done it again.
It's going to get pulled out.
It's one of those days, isn't it?
So time of year for Christmas pasties.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I think that
I'm going to try and get myself back up here. Sorry, I was just looking for. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, I'm down here somewhere.
Oh no.
There we go. You got there in the end. Sorry about that. Okay, well, it's one way to end the show, isn't it, I suppose? What I might do quickly here is quickly do this. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. So, yep, I'm just flying on the seat of my pants here. Because we have done everything. Oh, track link, that was it. Sorry.
Track link.
Yes. Okay, so your track links tonight, which we managed to recover. Your first one was Bing Crosby with White Christmas. Yeah. Your second one was Frank Sinatra with Let It Snow. And your last one, done it again. Oh boy. Oh god, there you go. God, I need to get a new chair or a lock on the studio door. And so you had Frank Sinatra, Let It Snow, Bing Crosby, White Christmas, What Christmas Means to Me by Hanson, which I kind of missed, but it's all right because we recovered it with Elvis Presley and Martina McBride, Blue Christmas. Now we haven't actually had any answers in the chat room yet. Does anyone want to give us a shout before we give you the answer? Anyone out there? We've got a lot of people in the chat room. Shouts to everyone in there. We've got Gonzo Def sorry, your last bit of your name was cut off there. Mandy P, Dawn Lee, C227, Steve Prout. Dawn Lee, okay, coming in with saying...
They're all deceased.
Are they all deceased?
Well, Elvis is.
Well, yeah, is he though? I heard that he was a groundskeeper at Graceland. Did you hear that one?
No.
That one's hilarious.
What
I love
absolute
that one.
nonsense.
Absolute balderdash, as one might say. Yeah. So, anyone? No. They're just
Go on, what is it? What is it?
Okay, so this might be a bit of an obvious one for all our folks out there, but they are all in movies. Yes, they are all movie soundtracks. Yes, they are.
Our movie soundtracks.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what those movies were, then White Christmas. What do you think that one's from? Anyone? White Christmas, obviously. And Let It Snow, Die Hard. Yeah, all in movies from Gonzo Deathberg. Thank you. Got it in the end. Mandy P said Easter. Easter?
What she said above that. They're nothing to do with the.
No.
What's that say? EA.
They're nothing to do with East. EASTE. Oh, Easter. Easter.
Easter.
That's
Right.
what it's saying.
Easter,
okay.
right.
Yeah. No. So they're all movies. So Gonzo Deathberg. Yeah. White Christmas. And Let It Snow. Obviously, that was in Die Hard, which people still debate whether Die Hard is actually a Christmas movie. Even
Die Hard.
Yeah, but even Bruce Willis himself says that it's not a Christmas movie, which is nonsense because what is happening at the Nakatomi Tower when all of this happens?
I don't know.
It's Christmas party, isn't it? Have you seen it? Not for a long time.
No, not for a very long time.
So the whole point is that his wife is at the Nakatomi Christmas party, right? So it is a Christmas film, obviously, because it's Christmas and they're there.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was that one. Blue Christmas. Now this one actually has been in a few movies, as I was just pointing out there. Like, as hold on a second, yeah, the original movie I was going to say was GI Blues.
Yeah.
Which obviously I think it originated. It wasn't released until a single in 1964. So, yeah, I think the movie might have come out first. And then you also had that extra one that we missed, which was What Christmas Means to Me by Hanson. And that one was on the soundtrack of The Best Man Holiday.
Oh.
So there you go. Your track links were all from movies.
See, I'm not very helpful to you with movies.
Well, you're just saying you don't watch a lot of them.
No, I don't.
I was saying that was probably a good thing considering I had sent Neil home to watch Event Horizon and The Black Hole. Just to prove that Black Hole by Disney and Event Horizon by Paul W.S. Anderson are actually the same film, but just such extremes and difference. I said, if you're going to watch Event Horizon, maybe watch that one on your own. You don't necessarily want to show anyone else. But that does, I think, pretty much wrap it up. Right?
I think
so, which does lead me to say that if you do want to catch up with this show, if you've missed any of it or any of our previous shows, we have like over 180 shows on our radio on demand and over 80 shows, or actually pounding towards 98 shows on our video. And you can find all of this in singular places: fm.fluidrecords.co.uk or vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. But if you want to make it even easier, you can just go to fluidrecords.co.uk because our new website is online now. You can find it all right there. We will be merging into that over time so you don't have to keep on going to different places. But check it out there. I'll try to have it up as soon as possible. And other than that, I think we're coming up to our last
thing. That's it. And may I just say as well that your merchandise, your hoodies are gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love mine. Love mine.
I've been wearing mine a bit too much. I think it's actually waiting to be washed after way too long.
Neil's bought two now, I think.
Yes. Well, no, he bought a t-shirt.
Oh, he bought a t-shirt
first. He started feeling the chill, so he got the hoodie in.
Yeah. So, yes. Thoroughly recommend getting one
indeed.
of those
Please
hoodies.
do
They're
check
really
out
nice.
our merch store, which you can find at fluidrecords.co.co. Yeah. The little one missed it up that time. fluidrecords.co.uk/merch. Yes, it is. It is. Absolutely. Can I do anything with that? No. I was gonna show you more. I can show you more. Look. So this is actually on our new website, and if you go to our home page, And if it lets me scroll down, you'll see, there we go. You got our music up the top. You got the latest video on the left there, our latest podcasts on the right, which, as I will remind people, our podcasts are a little bit delayed because we're getting Mixcloud sorted out because they started charging us this month. You've got featured artists, Tipple of the Week, where you can catch up with our Tipple of the Week, and we'll be updating that, obviously, and local gig guide. And, of course, at the bottom there are Loves Local, advertising all the fantastic local businesses, loads of great places in town to get your Christmas shopping and keep yourself fed up or fed well. So yeah, check that out. And obviously up the top of the burger bar, you've got Phluid FM, Phluid Vision, our events page, our merch page, and the crew, which if you do want to help support us in a way that isn't buying merchandise, then you can join the crew, make a small donation there via PayPal. You'll end up on the Wal of Fame, and once we get our new credits sorted out for the shows in the new year, you'll be credited on every show. So thank you for reminding me of that. I almost forgot about that altogether. But
I want to know who Gonzo Deathberg is.
Gonzo Deathberg.
Can Neil play the drums?
Well, I would actually say yes, but I mean, he's actually, you know what? He's actually really humble about it. He keeps on saying, "I play drums or I hit stuff, but I'm not like the best drummer."
He's a really, really good
drummer. He is
drummer.
actually a really good drummer. He's really
drummer.
actually verifiably very good. He's one of the few guys I know that plays all the fills in Police tunes, for example, because no one plays the Police like the Police. Except he tries, so that's good.
He says no, he can't. He must know Neil.
I have a feeling I might know who this is. Can I have a hat, please, Gonzo Deathberg? You can absolutely have a hat. We have hats at our merch store. You can absolutely do that. Just jump on there, like fluidrecords.co.uk/merch, and jump on, just grab it right there. We have them in a range of colours. We've got them in black and blue and red and green. We shall have some more coming in the new year. We'll have a bit of an expansion on that. But I'm now conscious that I'm probably waffling a little bit.
I want to know who Gonzo Deathberg is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Gonzo, do you want to know, like, if you do know us in a way to text us and let us know who you are. But yeah, again, massive shout outs to all of the people who have joined us tonight. We've had a pretty peak evening this evening. We've had a lot of people on, a lot of people in early as well, so thank you for that. Shout outs to everyone in the chat room. Gonzo Deathberg asked if we have purple. We don't just yet. So hold tight on that one. We will look into that. We may well be able to get you a purple one. So yeah, just keep posted on. We'll keep you posted on that. If you want, send us an email. If you go down to the bottom of the website, you got a contact button there, or studio@fluidrecords.co.uk. Send us an email, and we will let you know as soon as we've got a purple one for you. So shout outs to everyone in the chat room: Dawn Lee, Gonzo Deathberg, Mandy P, Siege227, Steve Prout. Shout you to Prouty. Don't forget you can catch his show on Wednesday 7 to 9. Big Lads, Thick Hard Portion is on a little bit of a break now, but I think he'll be back next week. We've got Flexi Fridays tomorrow. We'll have Vision Live coming up soon as well, with the Morzim at the Albion I'm working on. That'll be hopefully out soon. I think that's all of the shows at the moment. Oh yeah, Christmas special 22nd. We're going to have our 3-hour Wal of Paine with loads of the guests that we've had on.
I might come back on again.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll boot Neil out again.
Well, I mean, you can put him in here. And I can come in there with you guys and have fun.
There we go.
But then you'll have no clue what he's doing. So
this is it.
It could be fun.
Well, he can press the track link button.
Yeah, we just do that all night. Just sit him in here like that, little nodding
little bell. He has a bell sometimes.
In fact,
his bell.
It is over here.
Oh.
Is it?
His bell.
Cool.
Can I just say thank you to my lovely stepsister Mandy P, and I'm so sorry, darling, I didn't play your favourite song. What did she ask me to play?
I don't know.
Coldplay.
Oh,
Yellow.
Right. Yellow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yellow. Well, sorry, darling. I'll just sing it to you instead. Not now, obviously.
I'll stick it in the list for next week.
We'll put it on for next week for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you everyone out there for joining us, and thank you for joining us, Andrea. Thanks so much for standing in.
This would have been very much for having me.
Boring and obscure show if you hadn't have done. And anytime you can come back at all. I say even just like just get rid of Neil for a week or something.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
No.
Sorry, Neil.
No, but
You can have your seat.
Anytime.
You can have your seat back next week.
How many times I have to be back in that one?
You have to be in the
apologise.
little chair.
I will be getting a new chair for the new season as well, because I'm getting kind of tired of that one. It is a little short, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, welcome anytime, and obviously
Thank
22nd.
you.
Look forward to having you back.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's been an absolute
Sorry,
pleasure.
I'm so nervous.
No, hey, there's nothing to worry about. Everything went fine this week.
Yes,
This is the thing, other
yeah.
than me forgetting track link, which we managed to recover, but that's entirely my fault. No gremlins, no tech issues.
There we
It's
go.
run beautifully. I'm convinced it's Neil.
Oh,
Because
probably
if Neil
is.
had been here, it would
well,
have been an
yes,
absolute
he
nuclear bomb site.
stresses people out.
And it's the computers, it's the technology he stresses out. Like, oh my god, he's coming, quick, freak out. Gonzo Defberg saying he's a right hunk. Have you got Neil's phone number, please? Fantastic.
I'll give it to you if you like.
Excellent. Brilliant. Well,
Someone's winding us up, I think.
yeah, I have a slight feeling. That's not Tony Black out there just giving us a little tease, is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, we will
Never met this Tony
Yeah,
Black.
have you not actually met Tony Black yet?
No.
Well, actually, to
I've
be
only-
fair, he's so hard to track down.
Yeah.
He's like from one place to the next so quickly. Yeah, no, we'll have to try and find a way to get him.
Yeah, because
Because most of the time it's only phone calls from like the Rip Curl. And you can barely hear him because of all that water, 100,000 tons of wave pushing at his back. God, he just lives such a lifestyle.
He
Sometimes
does.
I wish I was Tony Black.
Right. I've seen like little videos of him hanging 10 or something.
Yeah. Hanging 10 is his. It's on his Twitter. It's on his Twitter. It's like hanging 10 is my favourite thing to do. Him. Yeah, you got to have the pronouns in there these days, just to make sure. As if there's any question with Tony. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us tonight. We will be back next week, 7 till 9, for usual programming with Neil. I think it's just going to be me and him next week. But then the week after that, like I say, we'll be having our Christmas party. We'll have Kai Benjamin on as well from The Voice. He will be along with us because we did miss him last time.
That's right.
For me being sick. But we will have him back on 22nd. Maybe a Zoom call, but he might actually be in the area. So if he is, he may well be in the studio as well. Which brings me to the last song of the evening, which I've held on to because it is fantastic, and it is by Elle and the Pocket Bells. That features a very good friend of mine, Catriona Gisby, who I met back in Bristol, as fantastic group of singers, and quite a surprising voice on Catriona as well. She's like the probably most pocket of the Pocket Bells. She's literally tiny. She's like a Polly Pocket. But boy, like when you see her and then hear the voice, you're gonna be like disassociation. Wow. But they have a new video out, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. This came out just 9 days ago. It's available on YouTube, and I'm going to try and do my best to do the same as we did with Morzim. I was just going to play the audio, but I think I'm going to try my best to play you the whole video, because these guys are fantastic. These ladies are absolutely great singers, and it's a great way to finish the show. We started off with Robin Adele Anderson, and we're going to finish off with the Elle and the Pocket Bells. Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, one and all. Thank you for joining us.
Don't drink all that Prosecco.
Yeah, go easy on that
Go
Prosecco.
easy.
We'll have the recipe for the poinsettia up on the website.
Poinsettia, yeah.
But for now, enjoy this fantastic tune from Elle and the Pocket Bells. Thank you for joining us. Good evening,
Bye.
Merry Christmas, and good night.
Yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles little Christmas, let your heart be light. From now on your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, make the Yuletide gay. From now on your troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we'll always be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Have yourself a merry time. Merry Christmas.